Hi friends, my name is Shira. I work for Promo, and it's my job, along with all the cool people I work with, to make sure that everyone in our state is treated fairly. The really neat things that make all of us a bit different from each other, things like being a boy or a girl or being non-binary, being neither a boy or a girl, are things we feel deserve equal amounts of respect, kindness, and love from everyone. This month is pretty special. We call it Pride Month. It's where we take time to learn about the history of equality in our country. And one way we can do that is by learning about treating the special parts of ourselves with love and kindness, and making sure that we are understanding and honoring the differences in our friends and treating them with love and kindness too. This morning, I am so excited to introduce you to my gorgeous friends, three of my queer role models, Maxie Glamour, Bodacious, and Celia, who are going to read and sing really great stories to help us learn while having some fun. I also have some book recommendations for your adults, so they learn right alongside with you and keep teaching you. We hope you enjoy Promo's Drag Queen Story Hour.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yes. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yes. I love myself. I love myself. I'm talented. I'm lucky. And most of all, I'm cool. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yes. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yes. I'm talented. I'm lucky. And most of all, I'm cool. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yes. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, good night.
Hello, my name is Maxie Glamour, and I'm here to read to you with promo. First off, we have The Day You Began, and it is by Jacqueline Woodson and is illustrated by Rafael Lopez. There will be times when you walk into a room and no one's there, quite like you. Look at him walk into that room. Maybe it will be your skin, your clothes, or the curls in your hair. There will be times when no one understands the way words curl from your mouth, the beautiful language of the country you left behind. That means my name is Rigoberto. We just moved here from Venezuela. And because they don't understand, the classroom will fill with laughter until the teacher calls quiet. Rigoberto from Venezuela. Your teacher says so soft and beautifully that your name and homeland sound like flowers blooming on the first bright notes of a song. There will be times when the words don't come. Your own voice, once huge, now smaller. When the teacher asks, "What did you do last summer?" Tell the class your story. "We went to France," Jayla says. "These shells came from the beach in Maine." A boy named Jonathan holds out a jar filled with many tiny shells, so fragile. They look like they'll turn into dust in your own untraveled hands. My whole family went to India, Spain, South Carolina. Each souvenir a small triumph of a journey. The travel's going on and on again. And as you stand in front of the room, you can only remember how the heat waved, as it lifted off the curb, and your days spent at home caring for your little sister, who made you laugh out loud and hugged you hard at nap time. You can only remember the books you kept on reading long after she had fallen asleep. Look, there she is, sleeping. Be quiet. And in that room where no one else is quite like you, you look down at your own empty hands and wonder, what good is this when other students are flying and sailing and going somewhere? That's too real. There will be times when the lunch your mother packed for you is too strange or unfamiliar for others to love as you do. When even your own friend Nadja will wrinkle her nose and say, "What's in there anyways?" And you'll wonder how she doesn't see the rice beneath the meat and the kimchi. You'll wonder why she doesn't remember that rice is the most popular food in the world. I love rice. Love it. Do you guys like rice? Really? It's so good. There will be times when the climbing bars are too high, the run is too fast and too far, and the game isn't one you can really ever play. I don't want to watch him on our team. You can watch. Maybe you can have a turn later. Kids said as they played. There will be times when the world feels like a place that you're standing all the way outside of. And all that stands beside you is your own brave self. Steady as steel and ready, even though you don't know yet what you're ready for. There will be times when you walk into a room and no one there is quite like you until the day you begin to share your stories. My name is Angelina, and I spent my whole summer with my little sister, you tell the class. Your voice is stronger than it was a minute ago, reading books and telling stories, and even though you were right on our block, it was like we got to go everywhere. That's really great. I love being imaginative, and you can just explore anywhere. Your name is like my sister's, Rigoberta says. Her name is Angelina too. And all at once, in the room where no one else is quite like you, the world opens up itself a little wider to make just a little room for you. This is the day you begin to find the places inside your laughter and your lunches, your books, your travels, and your stories. where every new friend has something a little like you, and something else so fabulously not quite like you at all. That's it! Look at them playing in the... Those are leaves. That was a fun book.
Hi, I'm Bo. Today I'm going to be reading you Sewing the Rainbow. This book is written by Gail E. Pittman and illustrated by Clifton Brown. In a small town in Kansas, where everything was gray and dull and flat, there was a little boy who was full of color and sparkle and glitter. His name was Gilbert. And you can see here's Gilbert, and here's the town in Kansas he lived in. Gilbert loved visiting his grandmother's clothing store. He'd sit next to her while she sewed and draw beautiful gowns and costumes. Gilbert dreamed of someday bringing these drawings to life. Here we can see Gilbert and his grandma, and he's drawing pictures of dresses, and here's all of the things his grandma makes. But one day, his father took away his art supplies and tore up his drawings. Surrounded by building blocks and erector sets, sports gear and slingshots, Gilbert's colorful, sparkly, glittery personality started to fade, and he too became gray and dull and flat, just like the Kansas landscape. When I grow up, he dreamed, I'll go somewhere that's filled with color. And here we can see Gilbert dreaming about living a colorful life. But that didn't happen. Instead, when Gilbert turned 18, he received a letter that knocked every last bit of sparkle out of him. Gilbert hated his dull, flat uniform, and he refused to shoot the gun they gave him. "I won't do it," he said. "I'm not going to carry a gun." They made him do push-ups, they called him ugly names, but Gilbert wouldn't budge. The idea of shooting a gun made him feel sick. So they sent him to San Francisco, where he would never have to pick up a gun again. And you see Gilbert here doing push-ups in San Francisco, where he's going. The day Gilbert arrived in San Francisco, he saw magic. Instead of the gray, dull, flat landscape of Kansas, there were rolling green hills, the shimmering blue bay, and a cool white fog wafting over the Golden Gate Bridge. Gilbert was home. Finally, he could breathe. He could be his colorful, sparkly, glittery self. And here we can see Gilbert, and he's in San Francisco. There's the bay they were talking about, and all of the colorful, glittery life that he's going to have. He thought about his grandmother's clothing store. He thought about the drawings his father tore up, and he realized he wanted all of that back. So Gilbert taught himself to sew, and he created fabulous costumes, just like the ones he drew when he was a little boy. And see, here we can see Gilbert hard at work sewing costumes, the beautiful dresses he's made and his drawings up on the wall. Word got around fast. He sewed regalia for Mama Jose in her imperial court. He sewed costumes for famous singers like Sylvester. He sewed banners for protests, marches, and rallies. Gilbert's creations were everywhere. He was making the city more and more colorful by the day. Here we can see Mama Jose, and we can see Sylvester, and all of the beautiful banners and flags he made. There was just one thing that continued to blemish their beautiful city. It was a symbol that, in Gilbert's community, was a constant reminder of evil. "We need a new logo," his friend Harvey said to him one day, and Gilbert got an idea. Here we can see them talking, coming up with ideas. He bought huge bolts of cotton fabric, buckets of dye and a lot of thread. Then he gathered up all his friends and got to work. They cut the fabric into long strips, dyed them in big trash cans, and then headed to the local laundromat to rinse and dry the strips. They ironed the creases, and the fabric was nice and smooth. Then Gilbert began to sew, and they worked until dawn. Gilbert is hard at work. By the time the sun rose, Gilbert and his friends had created 2 beautiful rainbow flags. But their work wasn't over. "A flag belongs in the wind," Gilbert said. The big day arrived. A crowd gathered around City Hall. Gilbert held his breath. Would people understand his flags? Here we can see Gilbert's flags, and they're in front of City Hall. Up they went, the flags unfurled, flooding the sky with a spectrum of colors. The city radiated with color and sparkle and glitter, and the crowd lit up like gold at the end of a rainbow. And we've got everybody in the crowd under all of the big, beautiful rainbow flags. Today, the rainbow flag is everywhere, even in the small town in Kansas where Gilbert grew up. Wherever you see a rainbow flag, you'll know that it's okay to be your colorful, sparkly, glittery self. And we've got Gilbert with his rainbow and all of his sparkles. The end.
Hi. I wanted to sing you these songs about rainbows. These are both from movies that I loved when I was a kid. The Wizard of Oz and The Muppet Movie. If you know them, sing along.
Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow,
Thank you so much. I love you. Be yourself. I'll see you later.
Okay, so I'm reading another book. This one is a really good book. I've actually never read it, so this is gonna be the first time I've read it with you all. So are you ready? It's called Julian is a Mermaid by Jessica Love. And I just really love the cover. It's so cool with all of those fish and jellyfish and other types of fish. And I'm guessing that's Julian. Let's see what the story is about. I really love the paintings in this. It's beautiful. And it's for Nana. This is a boy named Julian, and this is Abuela. And those are some mermaids. Julian loves mermaids. I do too. Wow. There it is again. That's from the cover. Such a beautiful painting. I wish I could swim in the water with manta ray and jellyfish. Wow. Look, he really likes mermaids. Look at that fish. This is a really cool book. I love all these paintings. Do you wish that you could swim in water like a mermaid? Me too. Vámonos, mijo. This is not our stop. Oh, he wanted to hang with the mermaids a little more. They're so fabulous. Abuela, did you see the mermaids? I saw them, mijo. Abuela, I am also a mermaid. I'm gonna take a bath. You be good. Julian has a good idea. Apparently, Julian wants to wear a fern. That's a plant as hair. That's pretty cool. Wow, that is so awesome. He made an outfit out of the curtains. That is so innovative. Innovative just means smart and a new idea. Oh. Uh-oh. Apparently, Abuela didn't really like it. Come here, mijo. For me, Abuela, this is for you, Julian. Wow, she gave him a necklace. That is a beautiful necklace. Where are we going? You'll see, says Abuela. Mermaids, whispers Julian. Whoa, look at those. That is amazing. Look at that hat. Look at that dress. Look at those shoes. This is cool. I want to see more. Like you, mijo, let's join them. That looks so awesome. Look, even the dogs are mermaids. I want to go here. Where is this? They did join them. Look, they're having fun with all these mermaids. I like that one. I like actually all of them. Oh, wow. Abuela is a mermaid too. That was a pretty good book. I really liked it. That was the first time I read it and it was really good. Maybe some of you want to read this again. It's called Julian is a Mermaid by Jessica Love.
Hi, I'm Bo, and today I'm going to be reading you Pride, the story of Harvey Milk and the Rainbow Flag, written by Rob Sanders and illustrated by Steven Salerno. You have to give them hope. Hope for a better world, hope for a better tomorrow. Harvey Milk was an ordinary man, but he had an extraordinary dream. That dream would change history. Harvey dreamed that everyone, even gay people, would have equality. He dreamed that he and his friends would be treated like everyone else. He dreamed that one day, people would be able to live and love as they pleased. With his New York accent, Harvey talked to everyone about his dream. His voice boomed, his body bounced with energy and excitement. Some people listened. A few agreed. Most did not. And here we can see Harvey up talking to people. But Harvey's big voice and his big dream wouldn't be stopped. He discovered that the best way to change the laws was to help make laws. In 1977, Harvey Milk took a big step toward that dream when he became one of the first openly gay people to be elected political office in the United States. Harvey and his friends planned marches to protest inequality and unfair laws. And just days before one of the marches, Harvey had an idea. And here we can see Harvey leading a march, and he had an idea. A symbol, he thought. We need a symbol that shows who we are and how we feel. Something to carry during the march, something to make people feel they're part of a community, something to give people hope, something extraordinary. Here you can see Harvey, and he's thinking about all the different kinds of symbols he could use to give people hope. Harvey knew an artist who could help, Gilbert Baker. Harvey asked. Gilbert said, "We need a flag." Volunteers arrived to help Gilbert's design come to life. Together they dipped fabric into large barrels filled with vivid, vibrant dyes. They cut and pieced and sewed until, here we can see everybody cutting and piecing and sewing, and here's all the big barrels full of dye. They cut and pieced and sewed until Harvey, Gilbert, and the other activists had a flag with 8 colorful stripes, a flag that Harvey hoped would give hope. On June 25th, 1978, when it was time for the march, a breeze stirred in San Francisco. The flag unfurled. And here's Harvey, and here's the flag they all worked so hard on. Rights are won only by those who make their voices heard. The wind blew, the flag fluttered, flapped, and flew. A rainbow as bright and unique as the men and women who walked behind it led the march. Harvey and the people asked for equality. They asked to be treated like everyone else, and they asked to live and love as they pleased. They hoped the march would make a difference. And here we can see the flag in the sky with everybody walking behind it. Harvey was proud of the flag and proud of himself. He hoped others would be proud too. Here we can see all kinds of people being proud together. My mouth is covered. This can all be edited out if it's weird. 5 months later, on the morning of November 27th, 1978, Harvey and the mayor of San Francisco, George Moscone, were assassinated. Their lives were taken by a man who did not think like Harvey, or feel like him, or love like him. The flag did not fly on that dark, sad night. Instead, thousands and thousands of people marched silently, carrying candles. The candlelight wove through the streets of San Francisco, up and down hills and around city buildings, a mile of glowing candlelight in honor of 2 lives lost that could have been the end of Harvey's dream in the colorful flag, but it wasn't. More rainbow flags were created. Some of the colors changed. 8 stripes became 6 stripes. But the meaning of the flag did not change. It was the flag of equality. More and more people began to think of the flag as their flag, and they began to feel pride. They began to have hope. In 1994, Gilbert Baker designed another rainbow flag. This one was larger than all the rest. Women and men, side by side, carried the flag, a proud, mile-long rainbow floating through New York City. The flag wove through the streets, up and down avenues and boulevards, and around city buildings. The people demanded equality. They demanded to be treated like everybody else. They demanded to live and love as they pleased. They were proud. They had hope. They would make a difference. I ask the movement to continue, for the movement to grow. More rainbow flags were made. Some were printed on bumper stickers and t-shirts. Others were hoisted onto lampposts in Halsted Street in Chicago. One was hung in the Museum of Modern Art in New York City. Soon the rainbow flag was flying in other countries like Brazil, England, Israel, Russia, Singapore, and Turkey. The rainbow flag now unfurled on farms, in suburbs, and in the cities. The flag grew proudly outside public buildings, hotels, shops, restaurants, churches, and homes. We can see all of the rainbows in all of those different places. And once, on June 26, 2015, the White House was awash in the colors of the rainbow flag. Equality, pride, hope, love. Harvey's dream became a flag for us all. The end.
Hi, it's Celia. I wanted to tell you this story. There once was a boy named Pierre who only would say, "I don't care." Read his story, my friend, for you'll find at the end that a suitable moral lies there. His father said, "Get off your head, or I will march you up to bed." Pierre said, "I don't care. I would think that you could see. I don't care. Your head is where your feet should be. I don't care if you keep standing upside down. I don't care. Then we'll never ever get to town. I don't care if you would only say I care. I don't care. Then I'd let you fold the folding chair. I don't care." So his parents left him there. They didn't take him anywhere. Now as the night began to fall, a hungry lion came to call. He looked Pierre right in the eye and asked him if he'd like to die. And Pierre said, "I don't care. I can eat you, don't you see? I don't care. Then you will be inside of me. I don't care. Then you'll never have to bother. I don't care. With a mother and a father. I don't care. Is that all you have to say? I don't care. Then I'll eat you if I may. I don't care." So the lion ate Pierre. Arriving home at 6 o'clock, his parents had a dreadful shock. They found the lion sick in bed and cried, "Pierre is surely dead." They pulled the lion by the hair. They hit him with the folding chair. His mother asked, "Where is Pierre?" And the lion answered, "I don't care." His father said, "Pierre's in there." They rushed the lion into town. The doctor shook him up and down. And when the lion gave a roar, Pierre fell out on the floor. He rubbed his eyes and scratched his head and laughed because he wasn't dead. His mother cried and held him tight. His father asked, "Are you all right?" Pierre said, "I am feeling fine. Please take me home, it's 9:30. The lion said, "If you would care to climb on me, I'll take you there." Then everybody looked at Pierre, who shouted, "Yes, indeed, I care." The lion took them home to rest and stayed on as a weekend guest. The moral of Pierre is care. Yep. Okay, well, let's sing a little song, little Celia.
Let's do it. I like to ride my bike. You can see things you can't from a car, like butterflies flying, landing in flowers, drinking up nectar and going to another one. I like to ride my bike. You can see people walking their dogs, hanging out together, enjoying the weather. Dogs trying to catch squirrels. When it's snowing, I can't ride my bike. The roads are too slippery and I don't want to fall. When it's dark, I remember my lights. I don't want to get run over by a car. I like to ride my bike. It's good for my body. It's very good exercise. It gets me where I'm going and it's fun. I like to ride my bike. That's pretty good.
That's good. That's fun singing with you, little Celia. It's been a while.
It really has.
All right.
I liked it.
Yeah, love you.
I love you too.
See you later.
See you later.
Okay, So next up, we have a really cool book about Stonewall. And I heard the book is better than the movie. So Stonewall, it's a building, an uprising, a revolution. Written by Rob Sanders and illustrated by Jamie Kristoff. There's a lot of words, so hold tight. Two stable houses, side by side. For more than 100 years, we witnessed history. Then came a night when we became part of history. We were built in the 1840s to bore the horses of the affluent in New York City's Greenwich Village. Inside our brick walls, horses whinnied and hammers clanged. Outside, passers-by bustled as carriages rumbled onto the cobblestone streets. I really like horses. As time passed, the wealthy residents began to move uptown, taking with them their art clubs, libraries, fine hotels, and theaters. Our neighborhood became a mecca for immigrants arriving from all over the world. Visitors made their way to Greenwich Village. Many of them stayed. Greenwich Village was changing. We changed too. The smell of freshly baked bread began to waft out our windows and into the neighborhood. The roar of automobiles replaced the rumble of carriages as artists and writers moved in. Contemporary art galleries, experimental theaters, and small restaurants sprang up all around us. The village was becoming the creative center of New York City. By 1930, our two buildings were joined together and we became Bonnie's Stone's Wall Restaurant. Celebrities, artisans, tourists, and local residents lunched at our tables, shoulder to shoulder. That looks like a fun place. Greenwich Village was a fine place where you could be yourself and where being different was welcome and accepted. Newness thumped in the heart of Greenwich Village in the 1950s. Vibrating our windows, musicians played on the streets, jazz filled the air. Poets performed in restaurants. That's them, you can tell because of the hat. Only poets wear hats like that. Artists painted in their studios. The beat movement arrived and we witnessed it all. Leading up to the 1960s, our neighborhood welcomed gays and lesbians, men who loved men and women who loved women. We were a home for people who were told that they didn't fit in or belong. We had welcomed all kinds of people before, so we knew what to do. In 1967, we swung open our doors and became the Stonewall Inn. Gay men and women from throughout the city and country came to meet old and new friends, free to be themselves inside of our walls. Women and men, young and old, teenagers, trans people, drag queens, veterans, business people, students, people of different religions, colors, cultures, gathered and chatted and laughed and danced all over the roof. I mean, under the roof. They can't dance over the roof. Or could they? Oh. No, what happened? It says, others were not as accepting. They thought those who gathered within our walls were too different. We heard the whispered voices of those above. Inside, loving someone like yourself was illegal. Socializing together could get you arrested. Wearing the wrong clothes could land you in jail. Oh no! Being gay could get you fired or kicked out of your home. This does not sound good at all. It was just so happy. I guess we've got to keep reading. Some nights we heard fists pounding on our doors, felt angry footsteps stomping across the floor, and we saw flashes of glaring light as the police arrested some of those inside. After each raid, those who hadn't been arrested left quietly, angrily, disappearing into the darkness. We stood tall and kept opening our doors. People kept coming. But the police raids kept coming too. We couldn't stop them. In the streaming early hours of June 28th, 1969, under nearly full moon, another raid began. "Police!" a voice shouted. "We're taking the place." Officers stormed our doors, lining up the people inside, demanding IDs and detaining some and arresting others. That's not nice. They gotta be nice. Let's see how the story goes. What happens next? This time, those not arrested didn't disappear into the night. Instead, they stood defiantly in the streets on the sidewalk under our rusty sign. This time, they weren't quiet. As the ones arrested were led to police cars and patrol wagons, the anger of the growing crowd was lit. "Why don't you do something?" yelled one woman as she was forced into a police car. Look at her. She's mad. I would be too. Immediately, the spark of anger grew into a smoldering resistance. Shouts and screams echoed off bricks. First thrust in the air, we saw the faces of the crowd and felt their rage. The Stonewall uprising had begun. The police, shocked by the defiance of the crowd, rushed back in and barricaded themselves inside. Our friends stood outside, trying to force open the doors. Our windows were shattered. Smoke drifted through our rooms. We stood firm. Years of silent anger inflamed the crowd. The police called for help, and it soon arrived. The fires were extinguished. The police came back outside, but the crowd's anger was not extinguished. "Gay power!" the protesters shouted. "We want freedom!" The police had never seen anything like it before. Neither had we. And it wasn't over. The Stonewall uprising continued on and off for several days and nights. A new day was dawning for the gay rights movement. The change had begun here inside our walls at the Stonewall Inn. On June 28, 1970, our windows looked out to men and women gathering to celebrate the first anniversary of the Stonewall uprising. At first, hundreds marched, then thousands of women and men, young and old, teenager and trans people, drag queens, veterans, business people, students, people of different colors, religions, and colors, and cultures, and their friends and families joined the parade through the streets of New York City. Say it loud and clear. "Gay is good, gay is proud," they chanted. This is all of them. I really like that hat. It's because it's blue like my dress. Many things are different now. Some things have changed. Even some laws have changed. Now, two men who love each other, or two women who love each other, can marry. And now, even if you're not a man or a woman, you can still be in love. We know we've seen their happy faces snapping photos outside of our door. We've heard their footsteps walking side by side along our floors. We felt their love. Each year in June, people all over the world celebrate the movement for the LGBTQIA+ rights. A movement that has come so far, a movement that still has further to go. They celebrate inside and outside of our walls. They celebrate freedom. They celebrate equality. It all began one night here at the Stonewall Inn when two old horse stables became part of history. And there's further reading that you guys can do at home. Just a little bit more about the Stonewall Inn and some cool pictures of the people that actually lived there. went there. Oh, that was a good book.
Hi, I'm Bo. I'm going to be reading Love the World by Todd Parr for you. Love your face, love your space. Love your nose, love your toes. Love your eyes and your size. Love your walk, love your talk. Love giving a hand and love taking a stand. Love the bees, love the trees. Love your ears, love your tears. Love your hair, love your flair. Love being kind, love using your mind. Love making art, love sharing your heart. Love your giggle, love your wiggle. Love your grin, love your skin. Love the land, love the sea. Love the earth, love you and me. And that's Love the World by Todd Parr.
Hi. Hey, kids. Hey, it's Sandy Beaches here. My name is Sandy Beaches. And my good friend Cece asked me if I could come out here and sing a song for you kids. So I looked back in my memory and I thought about a song that I used to love when I was a kid. I hope you like it too. This is called Rhinestone Cowboy. I'm walking these streets so long, singing that same old song. I know every crack in those dirty old sidewalks of Broadway. Hustle's the name of the game. Nice guys get washed away like the snow in the rain. There'll be a lot of compromising on the road to my horizon. That's right, like a rhinestone cowboy. Hey, you kids. Be yourself. I love you. Bye.
Okay, so this is one of my favorite books ever. It's called Leonardo the Terrible Monster by your pal, Mo Williams. Okay. Leonardo was a terrible monster. He couldn't scare anyone. He didn't have 1,642 teeth like Tony. There's an asterisk here, and that means that there's something written down below. What does it say? Oh, no, not actual teeth shown. I guess you're right. That is not 1,642 teeth. It's probably close. He wasn't big like Eleanor. And he wasn't just plain weird like Hector. Hector seems cool. Leonardo tried very hard to be scary. Can you guys be scary? Whoa! That's a little too scary. Gotta reel it back. Unfortunately, Leonardo just wasn't scary. Poor child. One day, Leonardo had an idea. He would find the most scaredy cat kid in the whole world and scare the tuna salad out of him. Leonardo researched all of those books until he found the perfect candidate. I wonder who it is. It's Sam. Leonardo snuck up on the poor, unsuspecting boy. And the monster gave it all he got. I'm imagining that's what he said. Oh, he did it until the little boy cried. Yes, cheered Leonardo. I did it. I finally scared the tuna salad out of someone. He's really happy about that. No, you didn't, snapped Sam. Oh yeah? Replied Leonardo. Then why are you crying? My mean big brother stole my action figure right out of my hands while I was still playing with it, and then he broke it on purpose, and it was my favorite toy, and I tried to fix it, but I couldn't, and I got so mad, I kicked the table, and I stubbed my toe on the same foot that hurt last month when I accidentally slipped in the bathtub after I got soap in my eyes and tried to wash out the bird poop. Then the name my brother's cockatoo pooped on my head, and I don't have any friends, and my tummy hurts. Wow. Sam's having a rough day. That's why, he said. Then, Leonardo made a very big decision. Instead of being a terrible monster, he'll become a wonderful friend. It's okay, said Sam. And then they became friends, it looks like. That is so awesome. But that didn't mean that he couldn't try to scare his friend every now and then. The end. That was such a good book. I definitely recommend reading this book if you like monsters, because I know I love monsters.
Lucinda! Celia! Little Celia! Charles!
Sometimes monsters just like to make a mess. Sometimes the stinky foods are what tastes the best. Sometimes you just like to wear a fancy vest 'cause you're a monster.
Yeah. Sometimes I wish my days would never end. I have so many hugs to give and so many friends. I'm sorry that I chewed up all your pencils and your pens, but I'm a monster.
Monsters are scary, sometimes really hairy. They have sharp teeth, but really soft hearts. Monsters are people. Monsters are people. Monsters are people too.
Well, I have something to say about it. Sometimes I want to do a show all by myself. Sometimes I wish you put the books back on the shelf. When you eat beside me, I just can't stand the smell 'cause you're a monster.
Little Celia, that is a terrible thing to say. Now listen, everybody, put your differences aside.
That's right.
Just because you're different doesn't mean we have to fight. No matter how you feel, you should try to be polite, okay? Because we're all monsters.
I guess so.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Monsters are scary, sometimes really hairy. They have sharp teeth, but really soft hearts. Monsters are people. Monsters are people. Monsters are people too.
Come on, everybody, sing along.
Monsters are people. Monsters are people.
You know what else?
People are monsters too.
Well, I guess it wouldn't be so bad to do a few shows with monsters. Are you kidding me? And then after the show, we go get pizza tacos.
Yeah.
Pizza tacos? Well, that